want to invite you to look at some things a little bit more deeply in John chapter 13, because I've never seen this before. So John chapter 13, verse 3, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going back to God, he rose from supper. He knew that he himself was God. He ties the towel around his waist, he fills the bowl with water, and he goes around washing the disciples' feet. Then he comes to Peter, and Peter says, "What are you doing?" And then he says, you should never wash my feet. You're God. Why are you doing this? I won't let you." Jesus answers him, "If I do not wash you, you have no share with me," saying, salvation through Jesus is the only way to be saved. There's nothing else you can do that will rid you of the punishment of sin except for Jesus washing you clean, right? He goes on to say, "The one who has bathed does not need to wash except for his feet, but is completely clean." So again, you've been completely clean, saved by Jesus. "And you are clean, but not every one of you." And he was talking about Judas. And so what he's talking about here is, again, salvation is a one-time act of God, a gift of justification that comes only through Jesus by our faith. But then there's this line here, "except for his feet." You're already completely clean, but except for your feet. Well, what is that talking about? Well, as you walk through the world, you pick up all this muck. And what follows that salvation is a lifelong process of sanctification, which means looking more like Christ and the alignment of your will with God's will. And so there's a daily washing away of the stain of sin that he's likening to your feet here, as you walk through the world and pick up the spiritual filth of the world's way of doing things. He goes on, "Do you understand what I've just done by washing your feet? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right to do so, for I am." Again, I'm Lord, I'm God, and I am the name of God in the Old Testament, or one of them, I should say. Then he goes on, If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should also do just as I have done to you." Follow his example. "Truly, truly, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. If you know these things, blessed are you if you do them." And then he goes on further. There's more stuff about Judas. "Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever receives the one I send, the Holy Spirit, receives me," Jesus. "And whoever receives me," Jesus, "receives the one who sent me," the Father. So there's the Trinity right there. Finally, at the end of the chapter, Jesus gives us a new commandment. Verse 34, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." So this is agape, sacrificial, Jesus-style love that is only found through relationship with Jesus.